And this song is from what grade would be learning this song?
Oh, you'd learn it at second grade? Okay. Go ahead. Mult e dulce și frumoasă limba ce-a vorbim, alta limba armonioasă ca ea nu găsim. So everybody just starts pushing again. I mean, nobody has any patience. Well, I'm right up front, and I start pushing against this gendarme, this guard. Well, he pulls his billy stick out and puts it right on my stomach. And he's like, "Stop moving!" I'm like, "I'm not moving. Everybody's pushing me." Well, they keep pushing me until I just go off the ground. My feet start leaving the ground, where his billy stick's in my stomach. They're pushing me forward, and he's pushing me in the opposite direction, just causes me to go up in the air.
And so you're a 12-year-old, you're up in the air.
Yeah, and finally he just falls over. Everybody just come pouring in here, running over all these, fighting with these guards. I mean, I'm talking about these guys beating them as hard as they can with their heads with billy clubs.
And everyone fighting them too. If they get hit, they'd hit the guards back, and everything. Go try to get a prize real quick.
Trying to steal prizes out of these boxes. Well, I don't know who called them. The gendarme must have called them. They called the army.
The army.
They called the Romanian army. And they showed up with like 4 trucks. I'm talking like the big
like trucks. Yeah, all.
No, but the guards with the camo on and AK-47s and everything like that. About, I don't know, 100 of them, 150 of them, a bunch of them. So everybody just, stops. Nobody's doing anything now. So what they ended up doing is, on that 6-foot wall, they had lined up guards, or not guards, but the army guys, standing on the wall with their AK-47s. What you do is when you got close to the wall, then they'd pull you up on the wall. One soldier would get one arm, another soldier would get your other arm, and they'd pull you up on the wall. And then you'd walk down this aisle of men. There, I don't know, 20 men lined up on either side. Walk down the beach towards this woman. Well, who didn't even have her booth anymore. Her booth was history. It had been trampled, broke. She didn't have any.
I can't believe she wasn't hurt too bad being pushed up against the wall, because we all pushed her up against the wall. All these, you couldn't help it. Everyone's pushing you from behind.
So I finally got up there. They finally pulled me up on the wall, and I walked down. Soldiers with AK-47s on either side of you.
Okay, so here you are finally. You've been here for hours and hours. Your brother's almost lost his life. You've been suspended in the air with a billy club and a crowd behind you, and you're almost to the prize.
Yeah, so I'm walking down. This lady's in my view now, and I walk down, give her my caps, and I get this little junky radio that doesn't even work. I mean, it kind of worked, just depending on where you were. So I got my prize, and Mark got his prize, and the other kid got his prize, and I don't know. I mean, that was it. My mom was mad at first. Like, where were you guys? Because we didn't get home till 6 o'clock, I think. We didn't get home till late. And she didn't know what was going on, so I told her the story, which she thought was pretty funny.
Marcos, how did you like your prize? Was it worth it to you at that time at 10 years of age?
I don't think it really was worth it, but I think the experience was definitely worth it, because I don't think I'll ever have something like that go on. I don't think I'll ever experience anything like that in my life again.
Well, we're all laughing about it now, but it really was scary.
It really was, but now that I look back on it, I guess it's neat to have been part of it, maybe.
So I asked you guys, what's the funniest thing that you can remember from growing up in Eastern Europe that would probably not ever happen here? And you're telling me something that scared you to death.
Yeah, well, it was funny looking back at it now.
What would you want our students to learn from this about other cultures? Well, what's this tell you about the people?
That they just get whatever they can when they can.
Because they don't have so much like people here have normally.
Exactly, and every day you walk down the street, you can see people digging through the trash, through the dumpsters, eating food right out of the dumpster, and a lot of times you'll be walking down the street, maybe a bag of chips, drop some chips, and little kids come up right behind you and eat the chips off the ground.
Yeah, that is if you're talking about the poor people. But as far as just the normal culture, like the Romanians, they got money. What's funny is they never here in America. You always have promotions and coupons, and just like Thanksgiving today, right? You have Black Friday, where everything's really cheap. They don't have that. You can't go into a store and see 30% off or 50% off or buy one get one free.
Oh, so this was like a big coupon deal for them, but very unusual.
Well, yeah, because they were getting something for free. So, that's why everybody reacted that way. They never have anything on sale. Nothing's free, buy one, get one free. So all of a sudden, when they were going to be able to get something for free, it's not good because they weren't used to it.
Great story.
Mult e dulce și frumoasă limba cea vorbim, alta limba armonioasă ca ea nu găsim.
Mateo, what were you called by the different peoples, different languages over there?
Well, in Romanian, it was Matei. And Bulgarian, it was Machu. Usually it was Machu, but I liked Matei since I was used to it. And then also in Romania, I had a nickname, which was Americano, which is, of course, American.
Marcos?
Well, in Romania they called me Mark. In Bulgaria they called me Marco. Sometimes I remember in Romania that when I first started playing soccer, I think I was maybe 5 or 6, and my brother had went out it was by the Foleza, the big sidewalk, and there was a big field out there where you could play soccer on, and I went out there, wanted to play a game, so they let me in on a game. I was real excited, and one of the guys, he was running towards me with the ball, the soccer ball, and he was kicking it, of course, and as he was running towards me, I just ducked my head down and ran into his stomach with my head. So from then on, they always called me Chocan, which is hammer.
Really?
Yes.
Chocar in Spanish is to bump into.
Oh, I see. Yeah, they call me Chocan.
All right, that's great. Now, I have this question for Mateo that I then want to ask Chocan. Tell us about the time your hermano cut down a tree, and I'm asking you because when people go to other countries, they can get themselves in some unusual trouble, like jail. I know of other people this has happened to because they do things that they think really not much would happen in this country. People have to be so careful about the laws of other countries. Do you know about the tree I heard your brother cut down? Cut down a fairly good-sized tree, a nice tree that wasn't supposed to be cut down?
A tree with a
Chainsaw.
No, it was with an axe, I thought. It was with a chainsaw? In the woods?
Yeah.
With that old lady?
No.
With
My brother Luke makes wreaths at Christmas time. So my mother told him, Luke, go out and find yourself some, what do you call ivy. So Luke went out to go find him some ivy, and Mark was like, oh, Luke, I'll go with you. So they went in the forest, and as far as I know, I wasn't there, of course, but as Luke tells me, Mark saw this tree. I'm talking about this is a virgin forest, big old trees that had all this ivory in the top of it. So he told Luke, go home and get me the chainsaw.
Mult e dulce și frumoasă limba cea vorbim, alta limbă armonioasă ca ea nu găsim.